Hey guys, I'm going to walk you through this volumes revolution problem. Our question is, rotate the region bounded by y equals 4x and y equals x cubed about the y-axis for all x values larger than 0, which is basically saying all x values above or past the y-axis. Alright, so to do this, we first need to write down this formula for a volume, which is volume equals 2 pi times the integral from a to b, x times f of x dx, all right? And what that's basically saying is that if you spin this around, if you spin this shape, this area around, like around the x-axis, because that's what, or the y-axis, because that's what we're rotating it around, the volume of that is determined by this formula. So our upper and lower limit, a and b, are determined by our upper and lower limit here. The two functions intersect at 0 at the bottom, so 0 is our lower limit. And then up here they intersect at the top at 2, so 2 is our upper limit. We can see where they intersect at the top by setting them equal to each other and then finding our x. So 4x equals x cubed, you divide both sides by x, you get 4 equals x squared. Then you take the square root of both sides and you get 2 equals x. You will actually get plus minus 2, but because of the fact that due to the fact that if you plug in a negative 2 over here, you'll get a negative area. We can't do that because you'll get a negative volume, so we can't do that because you can't have a negative volume. So we just use the positive 2. Alright, then we go down, x is self-explanatory, x is x, that's over here. And then our f of x are our two y values. Because we have an upper value, an upper y and a lower y, which is our, I guess, on the top minus the bottom. Our top is going to be 4x because it's above the other function, which is x squared. So we're going to do 4x minus, actually it should be x cubed, sorry. We're going to do 4x minus x cubed to find our total y, because our y isn't all of this below this, and it isn't all this above this. It's just the middle part, so it's 4x minus x cubed. So we're going to go down and distribute this x to our function over here. We get v equals 2 pi integrated from 0 to 2, 4x squared minus x to the 4th dx. All right? Then we're going to integrate this, and we get v equals 2 pi times 4 over 3 x to the x cubed minus 1/5 x to the 5th power integrated or evaluated from 0 to 2 again. So to evaluate this, we replace our x values with our upper limit, and then we subtract our x values placed in our lower limit placed in our x values, which is 0. So we do 4 over 3 times 2 to the 3rd, because that's our 2 to the 3rd power, because this is our upper limit, minus 1/5 to the 5th, because this is our upper limit. Then all of that minus the function again, except this time we're going to replace it with zeros instead of 2's, because 0 is our lower limit. So minus 4 over 3 times 0 to the 3rd minus 1/5, 0 to the 5th. So this all just equates to 0. And this over here, 4 over 3 times 2 to the 3rd equates to 32 over 3. And then 1/5, negative 1/5 times 2 to the 5th equates to 32 over 5. So when you simplify this, find like denominators and all that, you end up with a final answer of 128 pi over 15. And that's how you do this problem.